me, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hook. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. Then get back to yours again. Back to back in them Ferraris, we stay horse playing. Run up on us and I'm gon' heck. Harvard student doing my taxes, I got friends.
And welcome to Houston, Texas, home of the 4th biggest population in the United States. Let's do it between the Rockets and the Sixers. Jay, these two teams can blow games open from the three-point line. What goes into getting those open looks?
Well, one key ingredient for the 76ers is Dario Saric. He's a guy that in his 2nd season has really started to find his comfort zone from the three-point line and is a great complementary player to the likes of Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Yes, the homie isn't trying to create his shot off the dribble anymore like he did his rookie year. Now he's being assisted on 99.9% of his shots. When you play with a guy like Ben Simmons, he makes the process a lot easier.
It was worth the patience, no question about it. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Richardson. Has a chance. Wide open look. Won't go.
They're bound to get on the scoreboard sooner or later if they keep getting open looks like that.
To Harden. And it's Simmons with the rebound. Great defense there, forcing the pickup and a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
Oops, he missed the first one. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Gordon with it. The lead is 2. Great feed, sets it up, and they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Clint Capella has got 2 shots coming. A career 48% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Knocked loose. And scores, plus the foul. Al Horford taking it to the basket. And now with a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good. To Embiid. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Goes to the left side. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
To Horford from long range. Smooth part of his game. Al Horford drills the catch and shoot 3.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Clint Capella missed his first. That one goes.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Embiid to Richardson. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Harden in possession. Trailing by 4. Great look and vision. Lets it fly from long range. Buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Harden with it up top. Down 3 to Rivers. James Harden. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game.
So you must have now. Visit our team website for more details.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Simmons with it. Leads just a point. Harris to Embiid. Joel Embiid. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Harden. Curling inside. Deep left corner. Tucker. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Horford, shot no good. That is great vision to set it up. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Houston with the basketball. Capella. Rocking the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
That'll be out of bounds. Simmons the last to touch. Mike D'Antoni going to make some moves and set his matchups. Green with the basketball. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. They have to keep him in their grasp.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Nice pass to set things up.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Simmons driving, but his shot no good.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chip.
That misses with a second to go. First quarter's complete. It's been all Rockets. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Remember, fans, if our team reaches 100 points and
Westbrook across the timeline. It's an 11-point game. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Got it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Houston takes over. Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Okay, that time it was effective. But a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
Gerald Green. Fires the three. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. P.J. Tucker sends it away. Out of bounds the call off P.J. Tucker. Embiid off the mark. cleaning the offensive glass. Russell Westbrook with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. No good. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Josh Richardson, 2 of 4 now.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Yes, or in the case of the defense, not good.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Baseline drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw good. A 3-point play, and they're back within single digits, down by 9.
Hey, clear out. I got this.
Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. To Capella. Jonah Bolden pins it. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Harden to Westbrook. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth-Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Curling inside. James Harden, 4 out of 7.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
A pass taken away by the Rockets.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
The assist from number 13, James Harden.
A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Great dish to set it up. Shot for James Harden. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
With James Harden, muscle memory gets it to go.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Buy more tickets before the end of today's game, and you will receive an exclusive discount.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Subbing in.
Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, to win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Harden. And the rebound pulled down by Simmons. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To Richardson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's Harden with the rebound. Harden into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Capella. James Harden. Deep two there, won't go. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Ooh, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
A pass taken away by the Rockets. Harden. Good for 3.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip. And when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And, Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Westbrook with it. His guys holding the big lead. To P.J. Tucker. Westbrook. Misfires. It's no good. Rockets come up with it.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Russell Westbrook powers it through.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Harden. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
And he throws it down. Al Horford showing off all the moves.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Harden shoots. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Tobias Harris. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Throws it down.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's now 4 for 6.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Steps out and hits.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
He throws it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Westbrook into the front court. He'll run the offense. Tobias Harris. Huge block.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Rockets have the steal. Harden. That's rebounded by Embiid. Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is this or my skill set is that. How about your skill set is your effort on the defensive end? That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
To Tobias Harris. Beyond the arc for 3. Harris always looking to create a shot, even ones like those.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Tobias Harris tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Trying to cash in? Yes. When this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Add 2 points to the board. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate or not hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter.
As a player, this doesn't always happen, but it's a beautiful thing when everybody is allowed to be on the same page. Scouting report is being executed, you're being efficient with your jump shooting, your passes are crisp, you're listening to the coach on the sideline, and everything is working your way. You have to really appreciate these type of moments in the game of basketball.
Harden. Oh, he's been on target from downtown, Jay. He's 5 of 7 from 3.
Yeah, he's been able to knock down those shots by having great spacing on the floor. His teammates deserve the credit as much as he does.
Couldn't keep it in. Off James Harden. Eric Gordon rejects it. It's Rockets ball.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Goes to the right side. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Westbrook. Here's a chance from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. And draws the foul.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Misses the first. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Three quarters down, the Rockets way out in front. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Philadelphia with the basketball. Simmons to Horford. And the Rockets clear the board. To Fareed. Westbrook. That's out. Last touch by Josh Richardson. Harden. Simmons. That's not his range. It's no good. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. To Simmons. Shot from the lane won't go. Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen for 3. And the rebound taken down by Harris. Simmons into the front court. His guys down big. To Westbrook. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Harden. From long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. And too much contact.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 25, Austin Rivers. Into the game for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from long range. Not that time. He misses. James Harden trying to cash in. Jumper's good.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Fareed. Going to launch beyond the arc. Oh, who saw that coming?
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
The assist from number 0.
Austin Rivers to Fareed. Kenneth Fareed powers it down.
The okey-doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Nice pass to set things up. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Here comes the screen. Harden. Fires the three. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Horford. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Beyond the arc for three. Smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Al Horford trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Can't convert the free throw. Westbrook. That no good. Off the mark. To Tobias Harris. Off the assist.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Harden. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
That's out. Last touch by Josh Richardson. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 25, Ben Simmons.
Westbrook. Here's Simmons with it up top. Down a bundle. Has a chance. The shot no good by Simmons. Al Horford able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives you a perimeter. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Now a steal by Philly. Harris to Simmons. And he hits.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
is Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets put on a show in a blowout. They did it with blocks, and they did it with...
Player of the game.
James Harden put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped, and when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best
Player of the game.
James Harden could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who?
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose.